This is the 25th stanza of Rabbi Ben Ezra, composed by Robert Browning as a Victorian poet. First of all, let us have a look at the text of this stanza. What Rabbi Ben Ezra says. Thoughts hardly to be packed into a narrow act, fancies that broke through language and escaped. All I could never be, all men ignored in me. This I was worth to God, whose will the picture shaped. In this stanza, Rabbi Ben Ezra says that one should not only be rewarded by one's action, but by one's sublime thoughts, lofty thoughts, or by one's high thinking, because it is not possible for a man to change or convert his all thoughts into action. Means our all thoughts can never be changed into action. The same idea Robert Browning presented in his another poem also, The Last Ride Together, that what hand and brain can ever be paired. What hand and brain can ever be paired. Now the same is with Rabbi Ben Ezra also. He says that he also had many lofty ideas as a lofty minded man, which could never be described in words. So they always remained undescribed, unexplained and unknown, because most of his ideas could never be changed into action. And it is also not possible for a human being to fulfill his all desires or to complete his all ideas into action. He wanted to be ideal but could not be. Rabbi Ben Ezra always wanted to be very ideal, but he could not be. Why? Because of the world. As worldly people could not recognize his lofty ideas. Whatever sublime status, high status of spiritualness he desired, he could not achieve due to the worldly people. But the best thing is that his lofty ideas, which the world ignored, made him spiritually worthy in the eyes of God. God did not ignore him. So our high, lofty or sublime thoughts can never be ignored by that supreme power. And it is our high thinking, it is our sublime thinking that make us worthy for the heaven. Now Rabbi gives a very beautiful metaphor here, describing God as a potter and time as wheel and soul as a pitcher. So look another stanza. Look at the another stanza, 26th stanza. Very beautiful lines are here we find. Not that potter's wheel, that metaphor and feel. Why time spins fast? Why passive lies our clay? Thou to whom fools propound, when the vine makes its round. Since life fleets, all is change, the past gone, sees today. As in the 25th stanza, Rabbi Ben Ezra, he has described God as a potter, time as wheel and soul as a pitcher. As a potter, God has shaped, or as a potter, God gives shape to a pitcher, putting it on his wheel. And like that, God has also shaped his soul with his own hands, putting it on the revolving wheel of time. Means God as a potter has given a perfect shape to his soul. So the same idea continues in the next stanza, 26. Rabbi asks his readers never to forget this metaphor by which he has represented God as the potter and time as his wheel. He asks them to think of this, that why does it happen? Why does God's wheel of time spin fast, and why does man's soul lie passive on the wheel? He asks the hedonist philosopher. To think of it, hedonist philosopher who believe in hedonism, that pleasure is everything, as they are pleasure seeker. But they are full, and in the intoxication of wine, or under the influence of wine, they regard that eat, drink, and be merry. They strongly believe that time is fleeting, each and everything is changing. So soul is also changeable like the other objects of this universe. They regard that past is gone, so enjoy the present, or present should be enjoyed to the fullest. But Rabbi Ben Ezra says that such people who think like this are in reality only pleasure seeker and hedonist or fool.